I know the day I shaved my head was the day I started taking ownership of my treatment and realising that it wasn't just about the operations, it was going to be about the healing journey. My name is Helena O'Brien.
My name is Mandy Gabriel.
My name is Liz Muldoon.
And when I was 39 years of age, I was diagnosed with breast cancer.
Breast cancer.
Breast cancer.
I heard about the centre in 2014 when a very good friend of mine had breast cancer, and she started to talk about the centre, and straight away it caught my imagination. I'm Linda Goggin-James, and the General Manager of the Cork Cancer Care Centre. The Cork Cancer Care Centre is a voluntary cancer support centre. Everything that happens here and everything that keeps the building going is done by the people of Cork.
This centre has been the most incredible support to me. I'm actually ashamed to say I knew very little about the Cork Cancer Care Centre before I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I was getting changed for bed one night and my hand just kind of brushed across the side of my breast, and I noticed there was something, it just felt slightly different. There was a lump there that I hadn't noticed before.
It was coming up to Christmas and I attended a Christmas ball, and I was wearing a V-neck dress, and for the night I felt really kind of self-conscious. I thought it was very booby, and I said it to my friend and she said, "You should get that checked out." And I said, "Girl, I'm streets ahead of you. I got it checked out a few months ago, it was fine." And she said, "Would you not get it checked again?" And that question just kind of hung in the air, and I remember thinking, if I don't do this, is this a moment I'd regret?
I had been trying to determine as to what an imperfection in my nipple was, and I never in a million years thought it was going to be breast cancer.
Your world just shatters in an instant. I was 38 years old. I was relatively young. I was in mom mode. And then that moment where you suddenly kind of go, what is this? Like, what am I going to do? How are we going to get through this?
It's very surreal. It's nearly like you're looking down on the situation. There was another part of me who thought there might have just been an error. Maybe my file got mixed up with someone else's file and they're not actually talking about me, and that if it was an error, it's perfectly fine, no harm done. Just tell me now and I'll walk out the door and you can tell the other girl coming in that this is her story, because I really didn't believe it was my story.
There was about a dozen people on this earth that knew, because I was like, I can't be treated any differently. It wasn't really until the day that, you know, the harsh reality that I was going to have chemo, and there was no negotiation on it. I announced it to the world on social media on the day of my 40th birthday, with my daughter on my lap and a bald head. Even now I get goosebumps thinking about it, because my world went into a spin.
When I watched how much my friend had got from the support of other people going through cancer, and I see it every day, I call them warriors because they are going through battles when they're going through cancer. But it's giving each other advice or encouragement, or someone who's just started and they're terrified, and there's others helping them along.
When I met Helena and Mandy, they were speaking so highly of the centre, so I kind of thought, yeah, do you know what, I have to try this place out. So I waited until after my chemotherapy was finished. I didn't know what to expect, but it's such a lovely place. It was just such a lovely environment, and it's such a welcoming environment. It's a pure home from home.
Helena and Mandy and Liz, they all came for different reasons. Helena would say she came for very much for the holistic part of it. Liz would have come for companionship, fellow cancer warriors, and Mandy came very much for the counselling part of our centre because she wanted answers. They became great friends, but they came for different reasons, and the centre was able to offer each of them what they needed.
They gave me access to services that I wouldn't have been able to afford. So when you're diagnosed with cancer, and it's a part that's very rarely spoken about, is cancer poverty. Everything here in Cork Cancer Care is free of charge.
It was wonderful just being able to share and just say it out loud, I think, what was my deepest, darkest thoughts and my deepest, darkest fears. And sharing that out loud was just the most cathartic thing I could have possibly ever done for myself.
There's been days when I've walked through the door here and I have felt very low, very, very low. And the support is there.
We're not HSC funded, we're not government funded, so we depend on the everyday person. We are based in the centre, the heart of the city, and I really think that we help everyone we can.
By having these experts giving their time, helping you along your own healing journey, it's incredible, absolutely incredible. My healing journey started by me speaking with Linda, but the first step to healing was walking through the door of the centre.
A lot of people don't realise that the centre is for male and female and young adults. Everyone who's welcome is going through cancer. Anyone who has been touched by cancer in any way, whether they're going through cancer themselves or as a family member.
This bubble that Cork Cancer Care Centre is, it's so important, and we love it so much. I'll never be able to thank them enough for helping me get to where I am today.
The risk of recurrence is always going to be there, but you can't let it overwhelm you. You can't let it take over your life. You can't let it be every waking thought every day.
I'm very proud to be an ambassador for Cork Cancer Care. There might be somebody watching who's a young mom with 2 kids who just got diagnosed with cancer and wants to know what it's going to look like in the future. And for that girl, I'll dry my tears. You just need to hold on in the roller coaster and you'll get out the other side.
At some stage, whether it's after you've been diagnosed, whether it is after you've gone through treatment or the middle of your treatment or 5 years after you've completed treatment, come in and have that cup of coffee and let them get an understanding as to where you are and what you need.
I see it every day. I see people coming in saying they feel like they're coming home when they come in here. So many people use the word haven, that they feel so relaxed. They feel that they can speak their mind. So it's very, very important that we keep that up, that support system up for people.